researchers say they have captured what's believed to be the first images of a rare deep-sea fish. This is the video showing the black sea devil anglerfish.
It is our first large mass stranding of these animals in around 50 years.
Something strange is happening in our oceans. Creatures from the deepest, darkest parts of the sea are showing up in places they don't belong. Giant oarfish, anglerfish, and even whales, all appearing far from their natural habitats. But that's not all. Square waves, rare, dangerous formations in the ocean, are being spotted more frequently. And now, a horrifying new discovery. 157 killer whales have mysteriously washed up on a remote beach in Australia. Are these just bizarre coincidences, or is the ocean trying to warn us about something much, much worse? This is the oarfish, a serpent-like creature that lurks in the twilight zone of the ocean, thousands of meters below the surface. It's so rare that when one appears near the shore, it almost feels like a bad omen. In ancient Japan, fishermen believed the oarfish was the messenger of the sea god, and when it washed up, disaster followed. But that was just an old legend, right? Well, in 2011, multiple oarfish were found, beached along the Japanese coastline. Just weeks later, a 9.1 magnitude earthquake struck, triggering a tsunami that claimed thousands of lives. And now, oarfish are surfacing again. Then, off the coast of Tenerife, something even stranger happened. A black sea devil anglerfish, one of the most nightmarish creatures of the deep, was found near the surface. These fish live in absolute darkness, where the pressure is so intense it would crush a human in seconds. They are designed for a world we can barely comprehend, a world where light has never touched. So what could be forcing them upward? What's happening in the depths that's making these creatures flee? Not only are deep-sea creatures rising from the abyss, but now even the giants of the ocean are showing up where they don't belong. Off the shores of Tasmania, Australia, an entire pod of 157 false killer whales has washed up, their lifeless bodies scattered across the sand. Scientists rush to the scene, desperately trying to push some back into the ocean, but it's too late. The damage is done. These creatures are highly social, intelligent, and follow precise migration patterns that have existed for generations. They don't just make a wrong turn. They don't just end up stranded by accident. So why did they all suddenly, collectively, veer off course to their deaths? These whales are among the most precise navigators of the ocean, traveling thousands of kilometers with an instinct honed over millions of years. They don't just get lost. So what could be forcing these creatures, some of the largest, most instinct-driven beings on Earth, to abandon their natural paths? Could they be sensing something we can't? Because every time something like this has happened before, disaster wasn't far behind. And now, another terrifying sign is being spotted: square waves. At first glance, they seem mesmerizing, perfectly symmetrical, crisscrossing patterns stretching across the ocean. But for those who understand the sea, they are a sign of something deeply wrong. Square waves don't move like normal waves. They don't roll with the tide. Instead, they collide, creating an invisible force beneath the surface, one that can flip ships, trap swimmers, and create chaos in an instant. Sailors fear them, fishermen avoid them, and for good reason. These cross seas form when two powerful wave systems collide at just the right angle, creating pockets of intense, unpredictable energy. Some scientists believe these waves could be linked to shifting ocean currents, changes triggered by underwater forces like seismic activity or deep-sea disturbances. Others fear they might be an early warning sign of something even bigger, something building beneath the ocean floor. And history has given us a chilling pattern. Square waves have been spotted before major storms, hurricanes, and even earthquakes. Before the catastrophic 2004 Indian Ocean tsunami, fishermen in Sri Lanka and Thailand noticed something eerie. Whales and dolphins were acting erratically. Some beached themselves. Others swam away from their usual routes. It was almost as if they knew what was coming. The same thing happened in 2011. In the weeks leading up to the devastating 9.1 magnitude earthquake and tsunami in Japan, unusual deep-sea fish sightings were reported across the region. And in 2017, just before an 8.2 magnitude earthquake struck Mexico, multiple oarfish washed ashore, just like they are now. If history is repeating itself, what does that mean for us? What's going on? Could it be climate change? Rising ocean temperatures are disrupting currents, altering migration patterns, and forcing marine life into unfamiliar territory. But that alone doesn't explain why deep-sea creatures, ones that have survived in darkness for millions of years, are suddenly fleeing their homes. Or is it something far more unsettling? Some scientists believe that certain animals can sense seismic shifts before humans can. Before earthquakes strike, unusual pressure changes ripple through the ocean. Creatures that live close to the seabed, like the oarfish or anglerfish, may feel these disturbances long before the first tremor hits land. And then there's the methane theory. Deep beneath the seafloor, massive pockets of methane gas have been trapped for thousands of years. When tectonic activity disturbs these reservoirs, gas erupts into the ocean, poisoning marine life and causing sudden mass deaths. It's happened before. Sudden, unexplainable fish die-offs, entire pods of whales washing up with no clear cause. Are we witnessing another methane release? And if so, what's triggering it? Or could it be something even more terrifying? Some experts believe we are overdue for a major geological event. The Pacific Ring of Fire, home to the most powerful earthquakes and tsunamis in history, is experiencing increased seismic activity. And in the deep trenches of the ocean, pressure is building. What if the ocean isn't just warning us? What if it's screaming? A megaquake, a tsunami, a volcanic eruption beneath the sea? Right now, we don't know for sure. But if history has taught us anything, it's this: ignoring these signs has never ended well. And if the ocean is trying to warn us, are we prepared for what comes next? Whatever happens next, one thing is certain: the ocean holds more secrets than we can imagine. Are these just coincidences? Or are we standing on the edge of something big? Only time will tell. Until then, stay curious, stay alert, and I'll see you in the next video.